Oh, that was good timing. Hi, how are you today? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the tavern. Hi, how are you? Welcome. I'm crossing my fingers. I had some really bad connection issues yesterday. But hopefully that's gonna be okay today. I'm crossing my fingers that it's gonna be fine. So yeah, I'm continuing on my medieval embroidery, my mashup today. I don't know if you can hear that. There is still, and it's driving me mad. Not here in my home, but 4 flights up. There's work being done. And it's driving me crazy. It is driving me crazy. I'm really upset and I wish it would go away. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's terrible. So I hope it's not too bad. Imagine the people that are right next to it. It must be hell. Anyway, here we are. Continuing on my massive embroidery mashup with the Bayeux tapestry and Monty Python. Starting in the center, you can see here, but it's quite big. It's a big guy. This is the biggest project I've done. You can see over here we've got King Arthur and Patsy doing their thing. With a little bit of Latin at the top that's gonna get stitched over. And then here we have the French soldiers in their fortress, which is what I'm working on right now. And then the rest of the Latin with some trees. That's what's going on. That's what I'm working on. And we're gonna get into it. There we go. I got some rockin' tunes today, which I love. Yes, I did say Monty Python. Let me show you. Again, it's really, really big, so it's kind of hard to point everything out. So if you know Monty Python and the Holy Grail, you may see some elements that you recognize. Yes! You got it. Except it's in Latin. That's exactly what I'm making. And then all of the elements are actually taken from the Bayeux tapestry. So that's what I'm making. But embroidery is slow. It's gonna take some time to get through all this mess. And then on the borders, you can see I've got all kinds of things. So yeah, it's gonna come together. It's gonna be pretty rad when it's finished, but whew. Definitely not gonna be done this week, if you know what I'm saying. I see that you are a person of culture. Yes, indeed. And we're off. So, what are you up to today, Rocket? Me too. At an age that was probably very inappropriate, but you know. What can I tell you? Things were a little crazy in the 80s. What's great about Monty Python is that there was quite a lot of humor that was great if you're a kid, and then a lot of it that goes straight over your head. And you get into it a little bit. When you revisit it as an adult, you go, oh. I do think we're kind of due for another kind of Monty Python-esque renaissance. Here in France, about 10 years ago, we had a retelling of the King Arthur story in a comedic way called Camelot, but it's spelled real funky. Well, we'll see if it's still funnier when it takes me a million bazillion years to get through this embroidery, but yeah. No, it's not Spamalot. It's actually called Camelot. It's French, and it's like a retelling of the story. And it started off like French television has little comedy shows that are only 10 minutes long, and they kind of show them between longer shows or whatever. So it started off as just being jokes, and as the years went on, it got really serious. And so, like, in that universe, the reason that Arthur and Guinevere never had children is because Guinevere is an idiot and doesn't know what she's supposed to do, and King Arthur is avoiding her all the time, and it's all these really very French jokes. It's in the beginning I kind of didn't like it because I think you really have to be in French culture to get a lot of the jokes. But finally, it turned out to be some really amazing storytelling, actually. Spamalot is genius, though. I wish I could see it live. I've never seen it live. Well, I mean, I live in France now, so not a whole lot of... Although the French do know the Holy Grail. It may not be as popular as it is for Anglophone audiences, but they know it. They got it. Oh, yeah? My French is pretty good now, but let me tell you, it was not great when I moved here. It was pretty bad. Yeah, you got me. What's really funny is that I watched it in English with my husband, and I had to explain that to him because he's French. I don't know what it is. I have to look and see what it is because I have it on DVD, of course, but I have to look and see what they did there in French. Yeah, but fetcher is not a real word in French. That's why. So when it says when he said fetcher la vache, he was like, "What? What did he say?" I'm not even sure that I love Monty Python. I mean, I love Holy Grail, but I'm not sure Holy Grail is actually my favorite of their films. I think I like Life of Brian a little bit better. Moved around a lot as a kid and actually spent 2 years of my life in Winnipeg. Oh yeah, and then I moved to Ottawa. Oh boy. That must have been a oh no. Uh-oh. That must have been a very big change. Alright, this is a downfall of having fabric that's so big. Urgh. We got this. You had to learn French, yeah. Do you still live in Ottawa? I love, by the way, I've not really spent a lot of time in Montreal, but I've just kind of passed through the airport on my way back and forth because I'm from, I have family in North Carolina. And one time I came through Montreal. Quebecois, as a living in France, French-speaking person, is a little bit different, and the accent is very interesting. It really sounds like, for French ears, Quebecois kind of sounds like an American speaking French, or a North American person speaking French. And so my son was we were going to visit family, and my son was really young. He was like 5. Ah, you're back in the States now, yeah. And my son and I had dinner in a restaurant in the airport, listening to the Quebecois, and we were kind of, both of us were like, hee hee. Their French is so cute, hee hee. But I'm from the Southeast, so yeehaw! Hey, Plain and Practical! How are you? Doing good. I think the connection is hanging on today. It's working a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday, like I was in a vortex or something. I don't know what was going on. But good to see ya. Doing good. Really filling in this this fortress here. Whoa! Animus! Hola! ¿Cómo estás? That's all the Spanish I can say. Where in North Carolina? Well, my family is from the Charlotte area. Not Charlotte itself, but a little bit farther north. In between Charlotte and Greensboro. Oh, we're gonna have a party now. Hi, Ski. It's good to see you. Oh, and thank you so much for the follow, Rocket. I really, really appreciate it. That's really nice of you. Thank you. Finally done with the dyed pine boxes. Excellent. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I have made a tour on your website, and you do some gorgeous stuff. Just absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god, wait, are you like from there too? That's insane. Hi, Annie Moose. It's so glad to see you. Oh, are you guys having some a heat wave? Plain and Practical? Yeah, I know how you feel when it gets crazy like that. When you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. Oh no, that's too much. 90's too much. Oh yeah, what up? What up, Piedmont? I see you, Rocket. Ugh. You finished it already? Oh my gosh, Annie Moose. That's insane. That was very, very fast. I can't wait to see it on Insta. I'm gonna put it on Instagram, right? We had a mini heat wave a couple days ago. And I say this more for Plain and for Rocket, who are in the States. We don't have air conditioning here. And so when it gets up to like 85 degrees, we're dead. We're dying. We're very... And it, man, I'm going to tell you, it took me years to get used to living with heat. It's not easy when you grew up with air conditioning. 3 days predicted to be in the 70s next week. Yeah, so that will be the days I put in the garden. Yeah, smart thinking. Yes, yes. So we had a couple of days in the low 80s for those of you in freedom degrees. Yeah, and that was miserable for May. Too hot, too fast. Luckily, it's come back down. We're back in the 70s. We're cool. Everything's fine. It's kind of, we're steady now. But yeah, the last few summers have just been miserable. Cameron, Piedmont, yeah. I miss North Carolina. I love it there. I've always said if I was going to move back, I'd probably go to Asheville because I just love it up there. Love it, love it. And I lived in Greenville, South Carolina for 7 years. And that's a great town too. I love it. I know. Annie Moose, when you were talking about the heat yesterday, I was thinking of you because I know what the heat is like in Spain. It's terrible. Oy. I visited Malaga. No, Marbella, I think it's called, in the south. And it was May. It was the same time of year when I went. And it was so hot. And I thought, oh, it's only May. How do you live? Very, very hot. What am I doing here? Where's my thread? Here. Okay. Here we go. I grew up in a house with no AC. Oh. Yeah, I mean, my dad did. My sweat was really running down my face and into my eyes the last 2 days in the shop. Oh. Even with a big fan 4 feet away. Yeah. There may be a point where I find it very difficult to stitch on stream. We'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to keep trucking this summer. But because it's wool, that's real pleasant, isn't it? Vaporized water with a spray. That helps a little. We have a machine. It's not really an air conditioner, but it's a big what do you call? It's not a fan, but it's got a big place to put water in it. Yeah, it is kind of like a swamp cooler. Except it's not quite as handmade, shall I say. It is actually a machine that has a container to pour water into it, and then you can put ice in it as well, and then that kind of helps. Yeah, we empty it during the winter and everything to make sure it's not getting nasty. Oh no, thank you. When my son was tiny and I was going back to work back in those days, his nanny got Legionnaires, and that was not cool. So yeah, I don't have anything to do with that. No, thank you. I got enough problems. Oh my goodness. Right? Oh, thank you so much, Annie Moose. And yeah, I searched around for music that I can play. I hope that I've been trying to find music that I can play on stream. I hope this music is okay. We'll find out if Twitch gets mad at me. It's hard to find. Oh, that's a really good idea. Playing your own music, and then you don't have to worry about copyright strikes and all that stuff. It's complicated. Ugh. Oh yeah, I mean, we're really only one generation out from air conditioning being the norm in the United States, and my dad grew up, My father came from a mixed marriage. His dad was from New Jersey and his mom was from North Carolina. And so every summer he would come back to North Carolina to stay with his grandmother. And he would sleep on the porch, because it was cooler out there. There was a bed out there where he could sleep. And that was not a reality for me until I moved here. And thank goodness it's hot here, but it's not quite as bad as North Carolina in the summer. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Well, the other worry for me is that I tried to put my videos on YouTube as well, just to try and get some more folks over. And yesterday I did have I had to do some messing around with my stream yesterday because one of the songs that was marked copyright free was not. And I was annoyed. Plain, I feel the same way. But a lot of it is that I was going to say antisocial. That's not true. I suffer from social anxiety. And talking to my computer is so much easier than talking to actual people for me. So it's been, once I got past the initial shock, I guess, of what's going on right now and all those things, and I started my Twitch stream and I got into kind of got into a schedule and got into a rhythm. I'm fine now, and I feel like I will easily keep the same rhythm once this is all over. Yeah. Would be fun to get 4 friends together, total amateurs, different variety of instruments. Yeah, and just jam. That's exactly right. You can play all those classics all you want. My son is a music conservatory student. I may have to commission him to play some music for me sometime. I mean, he's only 11. But he's pretty good. Oh, I didn't necessarily mean live. That might be... Oh, yeah, but I could take her class. That's true. I didn't think of that. That might be a little bit too much pressure for him. Problem is, he's got social anxiety as well. So, I don't know. I could just say it's my jukebox. Ooh, yeah, I like that idea. Well, the problem is my son would actually really like to be on Twitch, but as I said, he's 11. And he would rather be playing Fortnite or whatever. I don't know what he wants to be doing. Whatever. What is he into? He is into TAS. If you're into gaming, you'll know what that is. He's a TASer. He's into, actually right now he's taking a break from his computing. And he's doing some origami, which makes this crafty mom proud. We're kind of anxiously waiting to find out if he's going back to school next week. Oh, it's complicated, you guys. Well, he was never really into Lego. Isn't that funny? I mean, he was, but he only wanted to follow the directions that came with if I bought him just Legos, he would know what to do with them. He wants directions to follow, and then after he's built something, well, that's all he does. And so he follows the directions of what to build, and then he takes it apart and he puts it back together again. I think for him, it's the process more than it is the destination, which is good. I mean, if you're thinking of it that way. But I don't know, it's just not the way. That's not his thing, you know? Which is cool, but I had to let go of that for a while. He really likes, yeah. Ironically, I never would have imagined that I would be a pattern maker, though. I never, did well in, a leadership position in my, working in offices and stuff. I don't think I would be comfortable having employees. When I worked in an office, I just wanted people to tell me what to do, and I would just go do it. And that's what made me happy. And I was, efficient that way. Two separate sets of people, those who do additive art and those whose brains prefer subtractive art. You can train and get better at the other, but you're kind of born with one or the other built in. I'm curious to know what you mean by, there you go. Keep sticking crap on until it's good. You're speaking to me now. When I try to do subtractive, I end up with items in the trash can. I don't know what. That's a very good analysis. I have to think about that for me. can't see the elephant in the block of clay. I see what you're saying. Who is it that said that about talking about sculpture? Something like you see the elephant in the block of clay and take away everything that's not an elephant. Is that the quote? I make a ligature and build up until it looks like an elephant. Yeah, I think that is more my style as well. Yeah. I also have a really difficult time working in 3D. My first I'm fine. I'm trying to breathe my drink. I'm fine. I don't have the yuck. It's fine. Excuse me. Oh. I'm not doing that. I'm not. I really just tried to breathe my drink. It's fine. Oh my gosh, I have a new, another new follower. Gosh, thank you. I didn't see who you are, but thank you. I'll find you so I can say thank you. Hola, Rico! Thank you so much. Excuse me, I didn't even see that you had followed. Thank you very much for following. Muchas gracias if you're still here. Yeah, so I have a really difficult time doing 3D things. As long as it's on a flat surface like this, I'm fine. Ah, thank you. Okay. Excellent. Oh, that's really nice. Please tell him I said thank you anyways. I even have trouble like knitting, just following directions. Sometimes I have trouble following the pattern because I have trouble seeing what I'm doing. And I mean a long time ago. Off to shop before it's horrid hot. Yes, I hear you. I'll come in and make spinning bat to spin this afternoon. Excellent. Directions. I feel that one. Yeah. You have a great day too. Thank you so much for coming for a little bit of plain and practical. I really appreciate it. Have a good one. That I am trying to be more fearless. It's not easy to be fearless, is it? I really admire people that can just, be like, F it, go do stuff. Feel a knot. Got it. Sorry you can see it on camera. Oopsies. So because this project is going to be so flippin' huge, I think what I'm probably going to do is um, take a break at some point and do a different smaller project. Because my goal is to have a new embroidery kit up in my shop at least once a month. If I can do that, I'll be doing way better than I was before when I was lucky to get 2 or 3 in for a year. So that's the big difference with working from home. And then before, what I did was I did medieval festivals here in France and a little bit in Belgium. So when you're gone every 2 weeks and on the weekends and you don't have a lot of, you're concentrating on restocking and all that stuff. I didn't have as much time for design, but now I do. So I don't know if it'll be next week or maybe the week after. I'll take a break from this. I'll put this down for a week and work on a different design and then come back to it. That's the plan. I also started some necklaces a couple of weeks ago that I need to finish up, so that's something else I would like to get in the shop that I haven't done in a while. I don't know if we have any other stitchers out there today hanging out. Obviously everybody's welcome. But I mentioned that because I just wanted to point out that what I'm doing is called the Bayeux stitch. It's because it's mostly associated with Bayeux tapestry. I'm a big old history nerd for the medieval period, you can imagine. So, that's why I do what I'm doing. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I have to go back and fix that, I think. It's getting hot. Just gonna. Ooh. See if I can wrangle this mess over here. There we go. Oh, I can see. Ah, I'll be right back, you guys. Don't move. I will be right back with you. Back in just a minute. I'm back. Sorry about that. We had a little panic moment. So yeah, in addition to this, I also teach English to adults. And so apparently that was the learning center that called. I didn't get to them fast enough. That's okay. They'll go back. Oops. Did I do that in the wrong place? No, it's fine. I was really excited when I was doing research for this project, and I was going on the website for the Bayeux tapestry. Um, and they actually show a couple of pictures of the back. Because if you're a stitcher, you want to see what the back looks like, right? And it kind of looks like this section here for the filled in parts. And I was like, oh, I'm doing something right. Little humble brag. You're allowed to humble brag, right? Alright, where are we at? We're here. Well, bon appetit, animus. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Gotta stay hydrated. Whew. like I'm actually gonna finish this part today, and I'm very happy about that. Oh no! I almost knocked my ruler off the table. Clumsy artist strikes again. being done with this section. I'm excited. That needs some fill-in. Even gonna do this. Yeah, maybe not that one. Yes! Look at that! Woo! I am happy about that. Oh, I got a crick in my neck. embroidery ain't for the weak, y'all. Oof. I am happy. But a long way from being done. Ooh. I was stitching extra fast. Trying to get that finished. Gosh, what am I gonna do now? Let's see. I guess we're going to... All of the fortress is outlined in red anyway. But what I want to do next are the two dudes. So what I can do actually is that I can do this guy's clothes, just the outline part. I can go ahead and use up this red. There is an overabundance of red in this section. And I wonder very sincerely if I'm going to use this whole skein of, of yarn. Oh, shoot. That part's in blue. It's okay. We're all good. Oh, and in case you're wondering what I'm referencing, this is part of the Bayeux tapestry that I enlarged. Actually, I don't know. It might be the right size. It might actually be the size. But anyway, because I wanted this part, I printed it and enlarged it. Actually, in the other way. But, and then I hung on to it. After I traced over it to make my template, I kept it so I could reference it for the colors. I'm not trying to make a reproduction. It's not super important that the colors are the same. But something that's very cool is that the wool that I'm using is from a company called Renaissance Dyeing. I hope you can see that. They're in the south of France. They naturally dye all of their yarn, and this is 2-ply and what we call crewel thread. It's not this orange. On my screen it looks orange. It's not orange. It's madder red. Anyway, they're the ones that when the last panel of the real Bayeux tapestry was reconstructed, it was used using Renaissance dyeing threads, which is amazing to me. Very, very cool. So that's the reason I'm trying to match the colors as much as I can. Andy at Renaissance Dyeing was really kind enough to send me the list of colors. Some of them are still in their general palette of colors, and some of them she doesn't make anymore. So the ones that are difficult to get, I'm just, you know, using close approximations. And the rest I'm actually using. So that's just kind of the nerd in me gets real excited about that. So yeah, so I'm here, and you see these guys don't have helmets. I added the helmets on. So I have done some mixing matching to tell the story I'm trying to tell. Obviously these are in the Monty Python story, Holy Grail, these are the French knights, so of course they've got to have their helmets. So I just took helmets off of another character in the Bayeux tapestry and drew them on their heads. So that's what's going on. And it's almost time to finish up for today. I typically stream for 2 hours. But I am here Monday through Friday at the same time, same channel. So that's 3 p.m. Paris time and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard if you're in the States. This is typically when I start. I do embroidery Monday through Thursday. Friday, I've been gaming. So you're welcome to join me for a little. I'm doing Stardew Valley right now because I like it. What else can we talk about before I finish up for the day? Oh yeah, I was talking before about how I was thinking about taking a break from this project at some point because it's an enormous project. It's so big. So what I thought I would do is I have a goal. My first goal is to get to 20 followers. Very nearly there. And I thought that what I would do when we get to 20 is that I would do a poll and offer some suggestions of what my next project will be that you guys can vote on. So, if that's something you're interested in and you're not a follower yet, it would be really rad if you did. Plug, plug, plug. Shall I do one more plug before we finish up for today? The last plug for today is for my website. You can go to sweetafeel.com. Sweetafeel, in case you didn't know, is French. Obviously not my first language, French, but I have lived here for 15 years. And I'm gonna, maybe we'll make it. Sweetafeel means follow the thread in French. And my website is sweetafeel.com. And there's a shop there where you can buy some embroidery kits. I've got some jewelry on there. Soon I'm going to be putting my patterns up as a PDF. That'll be there soon. So you can check that out there. There's a link down on my page, on my stream page, if you want to check that out. Yeah. In any case, I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. I really like the music, and I'm going to be keeping that going next time I stream, especially when I'm working on my medieval stuff. So if you're into tavern music or medieval music, you can come back and hang out with me to get some more of that. Just gonna finish off this one thread, and then we'll sign off for today. Thought for sure this thread was going to break. I didn't think we'd make it all the way to the end there. There we go. Well, I will be continuing this nice French guy. Tomorrow. And I hope you'll be able to join me, because this has been fun. I appreciate you guys being here. There we go. Getting a little bit worried about my clothespins here. I hope they're not wearing down my fabric. Anyway, that's where we're at for today. We made some good progress. Hope you guys had a chill time. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. Shall we go raid? Anybody up for a raid? Who can we raid? Anybody have any suggestions for a raid? I'm all ears. Let's see who's on right now. Oh, somebody's making dragons. Let's go see what they're doing, maybe. Oh no, there's somebody doing dragon pendants. Oh, we have to go see that. Let's go check that out. Thanks for coming with me today. See you guys soon. Be back tomorrow.